in the world, number one, not number two, number one expert in the world on EVP appeared on my show because I have so many dead people. My mother, my father, my brother, both of my grandfathers, both of my grandmothers, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, you name it. I mean, the 4 people I have alive are in this house. Other than that, gone. And so the fact that I had so many people on the other side, I wanted to know, is it true that they could speak to me? Is it true? So I went on a crusade for years trying to find out the truth. And to this moment, I'm still not convinced that it is in fact them. But I will say this. If in fact it is of the devil, then he's an idiot. Because EVP has brought more people to God than ever before. And that's fact. It has proven to some people, even though it could be bullshit. Okay, now remember I said that. Even though it's probably bullshit. It's probably not really the dead speaking to us. However, if in fact it is from the devil, he's an idiot. Because it backfired on him. Do you understand what I'm trying to... Do y'all know what I mean when I say that?
I understand.
Okay, good. Because...
Can we go to Ecclesiastes 9, verse 5 and 6 now?
Sure, what is this about?
What we're talking about.
And I never can spell Ecclesiastes. Is it E-C-C-L-E-C-I-A-S-T-E-S? Yeah, it is.
You're on it.
C-L-E-S-I-A-S-T-E-S, Ecclesiastes.
You could put spelling that in a song.
I know a joke about that. 3 men that went up to heaven. Okay, Ecclesiastes what?
9, verse 5 and 6.
Ecclesiastes 9. For the living now know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward, and even their name is forgotten. I've studied this before, and what we concluded at the time was that the dead are people who do not know about Jesus Christ.
Okay, can you go back a couple?
That it doesn't necessarily mean...
Can we read like a couple passages back like you was doing before?
Sure. Take it away, Max McLean. I just love him.
Ecclesiastes 9. So I reflected on all this and concluded that the righteous and the wise and what they do are in God's hands, but no one knows whether love or hate awaits them. All share a common destiny. The righteous and the wicked, the good and the bad, the clean and the unclean, those who offer sacrifices and those who do not. As it is with the good, so with the sinful. As it is with those who take oaths, so with those who are afraid to take them. This is the evil in everything that happens under the sun. The same destiny overtakes all. The hearts of people, moreover, are full of evil, and there is madness in their hearts while they live, and afterward they join the dead. Anyone who is among the living has hope. Even a live dog is better off than a dead lion. For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward, and even their name is forgotten. Their love, their hate, and their jealousy have long since vanished. Never again will they have a part in anything that happens under the sun. Go, eat your food with gladness, and drink your wine with a joyful heart. For God has already approved what you do. Always be clothed in white, and always anoint your head with oil.
Absolutely. He's talking about me. Go eat your food with gladness. Drink your wine. Have a ball. Say shit sometimes, or damn it.
But do you see where...
Wait, I'm not through. Because I am among the living. I am not dead. What he means, I don't care what anybody says, I'm going to say this. The dead are people who know nothing and have no reward.
Okay, so you heard him say a living lion is worth more than a dead lion, right?
Even a live dog is better off than a dead lion.
Yeah.
Meaning that if you have got the greatest person in the world and they're not a Christ follower, a dead dog is better off. I mean, a live dog is better off than that person. If you don't come to Christ, people, is what he's saying here. This I stand on. I believe on. That's what he's saying. I mean, it makes perfect sense the way he words it. Do you see what I'm saying? I know you understand what I'm saying. He's not talking about being dead, people that are dead in the grave. He doesn't always mean that when they talked in parables all the time. Did you not see what it said?
Yeah, but doesn't 6 say, indeed, their love, their hate, their zeal have already perished?
Yes, all their bullshit. Let it go with them. All their jealousy, their hate. Just let it go. Let them.
Doesn't the atheist have hate? Don't the atheist have love? Don't the atheists have zeal? And they're dead in Christ, right?
Exactly.
But they still have love and hate and zeal, right? That's why they come on and attack us.
Right.
They hate us.
Right.
And it's saying that it's, you know what I mean, it's not that they're dead.
They're dead to living forever. Yes, they are. They're dead. They're asleep. They're idiots. I'm sorry. I hate to insult people. I'm sorry. I hate to insult people like that, but they're dead.
I agree. They're dead and asleep. They're the walking dead. I agree that. But in this passage, it is talking about the dead.
Okay. How do you know that?
Because it says in verse 6, it says, indeed, their love, their hate, their zeal have already perished.
Right.
Okay? When you die, your love, your hate, your zeal perish.
No. That's not
They
what
will
he...
no longer have a share in all that is done under the sun.
That cannot mean that cannot be what he means. It cannot be what he means. If so, that's pretty sad.
But I mean, if you, like, we agree that
okay, hold on. Let me read it in another but another, it says, so I considered all of this carefully, examining all of it. The righteous and the wise and their deeds are in God's hands, along with both love and hate. People don't know anything that is ahead of them. Everything is the same for everyone. The same fate awaits the righteous and the wicked, the good and the bad, the pure and the impure, those who sacrifice and those who don't sacrifice.
Which is death, right?
Well, hang on. The good person is just like the wrongdoer. The same holds for those who make solemn pledges and those who are afraid to do so. This is the sad thing about all that happens under the sun. The same fate awaits everyone, which means we're all going to die, right?
Exactly. So that's what he's
talking about. Hang on. Don't get ahead of us. Moreover, the human heart is full of evil, okay? And then it says, people's minds are full of madness while they are alive, and afterward they die. Whoever is among the living can be certain about this. A living dog is definitely better off than a dead lion, because the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing at all. There is no more reward for them. Even the memory of them is lost. Their love and their hate, as well as their zeal, are long gone. They will never again have a stake in all that happens under the sun. Okay, well, so what's not true about that?
Nothing.
That's true. That's true.
They were talking about death.
Right.
The whole passage was talking about death.
Right. But I do believe, though, that what he is saying is being dead to Christ. But also, oh, you're driving me crazy. He is talking about being dead, okay? Like slit your throat and you bleed to death and you're dead and you're in a coffin, right? That's what he's talking about. I agree 100%. Okay, when he says they will never again have a stake in all that happens under the sun. Well, obviously, unless you're Lazarus, okay, or Jesus Christ, you get brought back. But I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about, okay? But I also believe that in this passage, that he means that if you are dead, that people that are dead are walking dead that don't believe in Jesus Christ. Right? Because he says right here, a living dog is better off than a dead lion.
That's because when you die, you can't be saved anymore. You can't, like, come to Jesus while you're dead. That's what that means. Once you're dead, you can't find Jesus.
Right. I understand that. I totally agree. But I also believe that what he means is a living dog is better off than a dead king of a land, the biggest and the best, and the greatest of all humans being dead. Fufu's better off than they are.
Absolutely. Because what is a man if he inherits the whole world but loses his life or soul?
Bingo. Exactly. That's what I believe. That is exactly what I believe. That's exactly what I believe.
And if you research the word soul, it means living, breathing creature. It's called nephesh in the Old Testament, and the New Testament is called such. And it's living, breathing, being, or creature.
I want to share something with you that you're going to love. Ecclesiastes was written by an official who had responsibility for a lot of people. He was leading his people as they search for the truth of God. There are various English translations for this word, preacher or teacher or philosopher. The words at the end of the book show that the author was a very, very wise man. He was a teacher and he was a skillful writer. He collected special phrases that people call proverbs, and there is even a book called Proverbs. The author of Ecclesiastes calls himself the king in the city called Jerusalem. He also says that he ruled over Israel. He was famous because he spoke wise words. King Solomon was famous because of his wisdom. But this book does not use Solomon's name, although many, many people believe that King Solomon wrote Ecclesiastes. In Ecclesiastes chapter 2, the author is teaching lessons from even Solomon's life. But then again, other passages cause people to think that the author is not actually King Solomon. So perhaps the best opinion is that the author or editor was a very, very wise man in Israel at the time of the writing. These were men that people in Israel respected because of their wisdom. He intended that the book should give honor to Solomon, and he wanted his readers to learn lessons from Solomon's life. The message that Ecclesiastes teaches. The author of Ecclesiastes writes about our lives that are quote-unquote in this world. He connects this phrase with a word that means a breath or wind, and it also means a mystery, something that is difficult to understand. The author writes about many things that are not fair in the world. For example, people are cruel to each other. They suffer. They get away with things and suffer no punishment. People work hard, but they do not benefit from their effort. Good people suffer, and bad people receive reward. Both good people and bad people die in the same way. Wise people and foolish people all die. At the time, most believe that God punishes evil people during their lives and in this world. Many people did not understand that there will be a judgment after death. But the author proves that sometimes bad people will even have pleasant lives. He also proves that good people often suffer during their lives. These things are not fair, but God is always fair. So the author thinks that about whether people's spirits continue to live after the death of their bodies in Ecclesiastes 3:21. Go look that one up, one man, while I'm talking. If they do, then God could issue a fair judgment about each person after that person's death. However, the author does not answer his own question. That is in Ecclesiastes 3:21. Somebody look up 3:21. In many other places, the Bible says clearly that there will be judgment after death. God will be the judge of every person. People have two main ideas about the author's attitude. Number one, the author's attitude is complete despair, or the author has an attitude of both despair and hope. The opinion of me is that the second idea is right. He gives an attitude of despair and hope. It says it is clear that there is y'all would love this thing I'm reading. It is clear that there is a sense of despair in the book. The author has had several sad experiences, so he often expresses his sad thoughts. He believes that our lives have no permanent value. It is impossible for people to know the answers to all of these questions. Some writers who study Ecclesiastes emphasize this completely. They believe that the author was a man without any hope, but that he did believe in God. However, Ecclesiastes is certainly a book that a wise man wrote. These were men that most people in Israel respected because of their wisdom. I think I already said that. Israel's wise men in the books of Proverbs and Job believed strongly that